Hello. Today I would like to talk about the cryptid Mothman that was once a terror to the citizens of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, but now has won over their hearts. He has a statue in the middle of the town in his honor, a museum dedicated to him, a New York Times best-selling book, The Mothman Prophecies by John Keel, as well as a movie by the same name that grossed over $90 million at the box office, and a Mothman Festival each year where 20,000 people attend and an estimated $2 million in tourism is made for this small Appalachian community. So what is the story behind Mothman? Let's start from the beginning. On November 12, 1966, at the Contez Cemetery, 5 gravediggers by the names of Kenneth Duncan, Robert Lovejoy, William Poole, Andrew Godby, and Mel Gibson were digging a grave when a large, human-like figure flew out of the surrounding woods and glided over their heads. Though they told their friends and family, and most likely raised a few eyebrows with this tale, it would have been forgotten had it not been for the most famous sighting of Mothman happening 3 days later. On November 15th, 1966, two couples by the names of Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Mallet were driving on a deserted road on a dark night when the couple realized they weren't alone after all, when they saw 2 glowing red eyes shining through the darkness at them. As their car approached this strange figure, they noticed this creature stood nearly 7 feet tall, but even more alarming was its massive wings on its back that it used to take to the skies and began to chase the couple's car. They began to reach speeds of up to 100 miles an hour trying to escape this flying monster. But Mothman was able to effortlessly keep pace with their speed and followed the terrified duos for 7 miles, only disappearing back into the night sky as they approached the entrance to the town. After this traumatic event, the couples reported to the local police. The police interviewed each of them separately and created a sketch from what they saw. All of their stories agreed, as did the description of the creature. They described it as standing 6 to 8 feet tall, and it was capable of flight, and it had an 8 to 15 foot wingspan, and it had glowing red eyes, able to be seen through the darkness of night. Their original police reports are on display in the Mothman Museum currently. The story soon made headlines in the local newspapers, dubbing the monster they saw Mothman. Over the next year, over 100 residents of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, would go on to claim to see this sky beast. Also during that year of sighting, bizarre electrical phenomenon such as phones not working, traffic lights malfunctioning, and even police radios jamming, in addition to increasing UFO sightings in the area, also occurred. One journalist by the name of Mary Heyer would publish several articles about reports of Mothman sightings. She claimed that she was visited by men in black suits and told to stop reporting on him. The Scarberries were also visited by the same men and told to stop doing interviews about the creature that followed them that night. One of the side effects witnesses claimed after seeing the Mothman was that they had a feeling of impending doom for months following their encounter with Mothman. The last several sightings in Point Pleasant was of Mothman being seen flying over the Silver Bridge days before it collapsed and tragically killed 46 people. After the collapse, the sightings in Point Pleasant and other strange events stopped, leading some to speculate on a possible connection between Mothman and the Silver Bridge collapse. Now that you know the story of Mothman, let's dive into some of the theories on what Mothman could have been. Theory number 1, a extraterrestrial. Given the otherworldly appearance, increasing UFO sightings, and electrical devices malfunctioning, and the men in black attempting to cover up Mothman encounters, points to him possibly being alien in origin. Reports that Mothman never flapped its wings while flying, and having no neck and glowing red eyes, has made some UFOologists theorize this was an alien's protective suit allowing it to see at night and fly. The second theory, put forth by author John Keel of Mothman Prophecy, is that Mothman is a paranormal entity. Demonic, angelic, interdimensional being is unknown, but it's certain that Mothman is a harbinger of doom, either warning or causing a disaster. Like the Silver Bridge collapse, a similar creature known as the Black Bird of Chernobyl was spotted by dozens of people in the weeks prior to its meltdown. This photo even claims to show Mothman flying near the Twin Towers a few days before the September 11th terrorist attacks. Theory number 3 is that Mothman was a large undiscovered species of bird popularly known as thunderbirds. Native American tribes report these birds as being so large they could carry off a full-grown man. Perhaps one roosted in the woods and hills surrounding Point Pleasant, West Virginia during this time. Theory number 4 is that it was a misidentified known species of bird, such as a barn owl or a sandhill crane. I know, how could over 100 people misidentify a bird for Mothman? Well, maybe they all didn't. Maybe just a few did at the start, and it caused a chain reaction that led to theory number 5, mass hysteria. It is a contagious phenomenon that takes place in large groups of people or institutions under conditions of anxiety. Such examples as the Salem witch hunts and the dancing plague of 1518 shows just how powerful and widespread mass hysteria can be. In this scenario, a few people misidentified a bird, and the media reports caused a panic that spread delusions where people imagined they saw Mothman when they never did. Regardless of Mothman's origins, it's clear his legacy will forever live on in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Tell me what you think Mothman could have been in the comments. And if you don't like this video and subscribe to my channel, Mothman will be menacingly hovering above you as you sleep tonight.